Thanks for joining us here in the charts. This is the Market Beast with a simple video on the NEO stock. What we're going to explore in this video is pretty simple. We're going to take a look at the trend, the current trend in NEO, and the two things that we're going to look for in this market in order to truly determine the turnaround or the direction rather in the NEO market. So yeah, we're going to make a simple video, so stick around to the end, and we're going to reveal those two things to look for in the NEO market to determine the true trajectory. So yeah, let's get into it, guys. Welcome back, loyal family. If you're new here, we only explore price action. Thanks for sticking around, my loyal subscribers. Let's go ahead and dive right into the charts here. So today is June the 3rd, 2024, and the previous close of NEO, $5.34, slightly negative 0.9%. for the day. Okay, NIO is the instrument. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Let's get right into it, guys. So if you're looking on the chart, a lot has changed. I have gotten rid of all the lines and I have simple circles to determine the current trend. Now keep in mind, as we explored on our last video post, the NEO market is in a downtrend. Okay, the downtrend actually started back in June 2021. Now you may be looking at the screen and you're saying, wait a minute, Napoleon, it looks like it says January the 2021. Isn't that where the downtrend started? Well, no, because that's actually the highest point in the NEO market, which is currently at approximately like $67. The downtrend is not confirmed until the market makes a lower high, if that makes sense. So the red circles actually represent, well, the first red circle represents the highest point. The following circles after that simply represents how the NEO market has continued to fail to make new highs, as it has proven to make lower lows and lower highs, downtrending ever since June 2021. And I may have said on one of our previous videos that it's been downtrending ever since January 2021. Just kindly pardon me on that. But the downtrend does not start until a successful lower high has been created. Hopefully you guys caught that. All right. So again, the red circles represent lower lows, lower highs in the NEO market, and the two things that I explained in the beginning of the video, it's going to be a really short video, guys, is what we're going to look for in order to determine a turnaround is pretty simple. Maybe everyone knows this, but I really want to kind of gear in on the simplicity of what I look for in charts in order to determine turnarounds, etc. Okay, so as the lowest point here at the lowest red circle represents the lowest point of the current downtrend in the NEO market, which is at about, it's like $3.61, as we mentioned on our last video post. So the two things that we're going to look for, let's erase all the circles, and we're actually going to bring up all of our original lines as well, hopefully on this video, but eventually. So the previous high is the first thing that I look for in order to determine a turnaround of a downtrend in this case. Okay, so the previous high would be somewhere, let's call this area here. Please kind of look on the screen, guys. We're looking at the weekly candles. Somewhere around this area here, which is at like $6.18, can be a starting point. Okay, so that's an interesting level because it's also below the previous level of support. And I'll put a line right there so you can kind of hopefully see it as clear as day. You see how the market kind of goes down, it bounces off that level, has a really nice push to the upside, and then it kind of has a clustered area price action, little mini bounce, and then it breaks down. So that's the previous level of support, and that's why I'm kind of cautious of saying that $6.18. But technically speaking, I don't use my emotions when I'm looking at price, guys. I'm looking at the purest form, which is what I specialize in, and according to what I'm looking at, and hopefully you can see it as well, it's $6.80, like $6-ish. Let's just say $6. Okay, so since it's $6 all the way up to that other white line that I just put on the screen here, and that level is going to be at approximately $7.17. So the two things that you're going to look for. First thing you're going to look for is a break above the $6 level. Okay, so I mean, preferably to get above that previous level of support, but I really want to make this simple. Let's not overcomplicate this. First thing you're going to look for, we're looking for two things. Okay, We're going to look for a break above and hopefully stay above that $6 level. If it just so happens to not stay above the $6 level, that's fine. The second thing you'll look for is a higher low. Okay, that can also be considered a double bottom. You can also look for a double bottom as well. So let's put our lines up here. So that's going to be a break above the $6 level. That's represented at the green circle here, and a potential higher low or a double bottom. I think we explained this on the last video, but I just want to really make sure that we're all on the same page. Total transparency, if you're new or if you've been with us, we are invested long positions in NEO. If NEO goes to zero tomorrow, pardon me, bulls, I know a lot of you guys are sensitive and emotionally attached to this stock. Please don't use our emotions. If this stock goes to zero tomorrow, that's fine. Won't lose any sleep. I'll sleep like a baby. All right. Simply follow through with your strategy. Hopefully it is a strategy that protects you from any great loss in your portfolio. So yeah, just want to be total transparency and not make this seem like I am a permabull on this NEO stock. All right. So those are the two things that we're looking for, guys. We're looking for a break above the $6 level. If it holds and stays above that, that is a really good sign. If it just so happens to break below that $6 level, just look for a higher low and or a double bottom no lower than the $3.61 level. All right. So there's not really much information here, guys. We're just looking, we're just waiting. It's just a waiting game right now. You don't want to see any like huge blast offs. I think everything is going according to plan. As we mentioned on the last video post, the video's over. Like if you just came out for the levels, we pretty much went over the levels. Everything is good to go. But yeah, so as far as like news or anything, guys, like big moves, blast offs or anything like that, you don't want to see that, guys. We're going through that transitional phase that I can hopefully pull up on this video that we explored. 5% up, 2% down, 2% up, 3% down. Like that's what we're looking for. We're looking for those beautiful gestures in the market that suggest that the market is just going through a transitional phase. I do think that NEO will eventually move to the upside. We just got to give it some time, and eventually we should see some big rips to the upside. There's the original chart that we had as I stalled with my rip to the upside spiel. And if you pull it over, it's still within the low risk range, guys. So everything looks just fine. If you notice, it's still kind of going through that, what I consider a transitional phase, as it has broke beyond that line of interest. If you're new, you're looking at this like, dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. Just a brief observation of these. There's a lot of lines. I've never really had this many lines on my chart. But we're just kind of focusing on this line right here. See this little descending line right here? That's what we've been focusing on as a potential relief point, right, so to speak, for the NEO market to experience sideways and upwards movements from here on out, as the market is down like 90-something%, I think. So that's basically what we are looking at. This yeah, the arbitrary line. I always say that, guys. This lower descending line here looks arbitrary, but I think it's actually pretty relevant as we zoom in. And it's, like I said, it's just kind of getting through there. So it's a waiting game, guys. Let's be patient. I think NEO's still looking good. We're still long. We don't have anything to do at this point other than potentially add to our positions, as it just kind of stalls here. But so far, so good. That's the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. What do you think the NEO market is going to do? Is it going higher? Is it just going to stay down here forever? Let me know that information down in the comment section. So that's the end of the video. If you don't mind doing me a huge favor before you go, by simply leaving an appropriate thumb, I'd appreciate it, on the video if you enjoyed the content, and leave a comment so that the YouTube algorithm can promote the video on the channel. Thank you for your continued support. If you guys are new, we also explored the alternative market, Bitcoin, altcoins for now. So you can kind of join us here on this interesting journey, and we'll send that out to you momentarily. Welcome in. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for your time. Remember to always have a strategy before you enter the market. Keep that positive energy flowing. We'll talk soon, and bye for now. Guys and gals.